I'd like to thank Mr. Dana for introducing us and Graham for hosting this event and Creative Mornings for letting us be part of this event.
My name is Oum Lahade.
And my name is Namh Lahade.
So, I have a question for you guys. So in this group today, there's approximately like 50 people here. So what's the probability that at least one person out of you guys knows everyone else here?
Does anyone know the answer? Any of you guys? All right. Just like that, there are a lot of people in the world that want to learn math. And that's why Megamind Academy is here. So what is Megamind Academy? Well, it's a YouTube channel that teaches math. It tries to teach it in a fun, creative, and easy way. Now, can you tell us a little bit about why we started Megamind Academy?
Okay, sure. So raise your hand if you know about Khan Academy. All right, so that's most of you guys here. So when we were 9 years old, our parents introduced us to Khan Academy to learn math and get better at it. And like most 9-year-old kids, whenever we had a problem with math, which was a lot because no 9-year-old kid is good at math, so whenever we had a problem with math, we went to Khan Academy to solve it. So we watched these videos many times, and they're great videos, and there's a lot of them. But we realized that there were a few things that didn't fit with us. Actually, there are more than a few things that didn't fit with us, but we picked out the top 3 things. So the first thing that didn't fit with us was when you open a Khan Academy video, the first thing you see is just a black screen and the cursor moving. That's throughout the entire video. And we found that, like, if you can't see the person who's teaching with you, it's kind of hard to relate to them. The second thing that didn't fit with us was that it was an adult teaching kids. Now, an adult teaching kids is fine. It's great. It's what happens in school. You get a teacher teaching other kids. But we found that kids teaching other kids is more valuable, or is just as valuable. So let me give you an example when I was in middle school. So when I was in middle school and I had a problem with math and went to the teacher, the first thing the teacher would ask me is if I'd asked my classmates for help. And we realized that, and when I did help my classmates and got help from my classmates, we realized that learning from other kids helps us relate to them. And we found that we learn better when learning from somebody our own age. And the third thing that didn't fit with us was that in general, when we started at 9 years old, the videos were too long for us. So the videos are like 10 or 15 minutes long, or the ones that we had problems with. And that, along with the fact that it's just a black screen and a cursor moving, we realized we couldn't really sit for more than just 3 minutes at a time, you know? Like, no 9-year-olds can. So when we started Megamind Academy, we wanted to make videos on math again, because that's the one thing that we're good at. We wanted to make videos on that to help other people while solving these problems. So in our videos, we have face-to-face, right? So a lot of YouTube channels have face-to-face interaction, and that's so that like people can relate to the people who are teaching them. But the one thing that separates us from like Math is Fun or something that has other people face-to-face teaching other kids is that we're kids teaching kids. And this is so that we can relate to the person, or the people who are learning can relate to us, because they're generally going to be the same age group as us. Because we make videos that are just like a few weeks after we learn them and get good at them. And adults can learn too. And then the third thing is when we started, we wanted to keep our videos shorter. So around like 5 or 6 minutes is like the max that we wanted to go. And there's always going to be those 15-20 minute videos that are there because like some topics are unavoidable like that. But that just shows the progress that we've made to be able to talk for 20 minutes at a time in front of a camera.
So speaking about progress, throughout the 6 years that we have been making videos, we've improved a lot. So when we started in 2011, we were just starting. First of all, we weren't as experienced in math, nor we were that experienced in presentation. And 6 years forward, now 2017, we're more experienced in math and we're better in front of a camera. So let's take a look at the journey. So, yeah, can you start it?
9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 9 fives are 45, 9 sixes are 54, 9 sevens are 63. 9 sevens is 63. Now put 63 over here. Now take out the 3 and put it below here. Now 9 has to multiply with the 10th digit, that is 4. 9 times 4. Let's start multiplying. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36. 9 fours are 36.
Yeah, so that's that video. So we can take a look at Oum's.
2 plus 3 plus 4. Now let's group 2 and 3. 3 plus 4 equals 7 plus 2 equals 9. 2 plus 3 equals 5 plus 4 equals 9.
Pretty cringeworthy, right?
All right, so that was in 2011. Now let's take a look at videos midway through our video making, which is in 2014. So, yeah.
Multiply the whole number by the denominator. Then we add it with the numerator. Then we divide it by the denominator. So that means that the whole number is 4. We multiply with the denominator, which is 7. Then we add it with the numerator, which is 2. Then we divide it by the denominator, which is 7. So this means that the total number of balls are equal to 4 balls. Total, T for total, number of balls, B for balls, are equal to 4. Now, we need to find out what is the probability of picking a green ball and a white ball in either order. So the probability of picking a green ball as your first pick, the probability of picking a green ball, P for probability, G for green, is equal to 1, because there is 1 green ball, over 4, because there are 4 balls.
And then now let's take a look at the most recent videos that we've posted, which are in 2017.
We multiply it by whatever, we have to multiply it by 1 technically, but any form of 1 will do. So if we need to multiply it by the square root of 2 again, because that'll make it 2. And that'll be also square root of 2 on top to make it 1. So what we've done, the answer to that is the square root of 2, 3 times the square root of 2 over 2 for number 1.
And then
The sum from n equals 1 to infinity of a sub n, then if the limit as n approaches infinity of the absolute value of a sub n plus 1, or this is a sub k, sorry, and this is a sub k plus 1 over a sub k. So if this limit is equal to L, then if L is greater than 1, it's divergent. If L is less than 1, it's convergent.
So as you can see, we improved a lot. Not only have our voices gotten deeper, but we also talked more in depth, and we explained it a little better.
Okay, so now that you know about the progress that we've made, or where we're at right now with our video quality, let me show you where we are right now as a channel. So right now we have 500 plus videos, we have 1,300 plus subscribers, we have over 400,000 views, over 900,000 minutes watched, and then over 1,100 comments. You guys suck. No, I mean like actually, no, I'm kidding. You're boring. Your English is pathetic. Those are some of the negative comments that we get on Megamind Academy. And those comments are very discouraging sometimes. Sometimes they're not, sometimes they're funny. Those comments are very discouraging sometimes, and they sometimes make you wonder why you keep doing this if it doesn't help anybody and people are just laughing at you. But then you get comments like these. Oh my god, wait, I can't read this. Oh my god, you're one awesome person. I learned a lot from your channel. Great job, better than my teachers. And the last one's too long. So those comments are the ones that let you know that you're helping at least some people. And that what you're doing, because it's helping some people, you should continue it. At least it's helping one person, if not more.
Okay, so throughout the 6 years that we've been making videos, we've faced a lot of road bumps. And so there are a lot of road bumps, but there are 3 big ones that we have faced. So the first one, and it's probably the biggest one, is time. So as we go older, we have more homework, we do a lot more activities. And so finding time is not an easy thing. All those couple of people can relate. Yeah, so that's so all those, the time that we have, it's limited down, and now instead of having hours of time, we have minutes probably. And the second thing that is also a road bump that we have was looking at the bad comments. So whenever you go to the analytics, there's comments. And so there's always those good comments, but there's always the bad comments too. So those bad comments always stand out, like you guys suck. And it's not really helpful, it's demotivating. And yeah, so it's demotivating. And the third thing is that the material gets harder and harder as we grow up. And we also have less and less time. So learning the material is a bit of a challenge now. And learning it for the sake of learning is a little easier than learning it for the sake of teaching. And so that's why this is another road bump. And we still face it today because the material keeps going harder and harder.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how we overcame those road bumps in the exact opposite order. So the first thing is for the last road bump that he mentioned, which was not knowing the material well enough to teach it, we just had to do intensive preparation. So we would sometimes sit down for an hour and just relearn the topic if we don't know it thoroughly before we do a video. So, we can't just get up there anymore and just start talking about what's on our head and make sure that's right. We have to actually prepare everything. So, that's less PS4 and binge watching YouTube. The second road bump that we overcame was the negative comments. So what we did for that is some of those negative comments, they actually have parts in them that help. So the second negative comment, which was, your English sucks, or that's the third one, your English is pathetic. The comment itself is bad, but there's some parts of it that you can learn from. So you learn that you need to script out what you're going to say in your head before you say it so that the grammar is correct and people can understand what you're saying. And then the parts that suck, like somebody wrote, my page is full of crap now, you just ignore those or laugh at them if you want. And for him, the first road bump that he mentioned, which is the one I'm going to explain last, is the one about having less time. So that one is one that we're still overcoming. So we can't exactly drop out of high school to keep making videos. So we have to just push around whatever we have, stop binge watching YouTube again, and just make time for it. And the funny thing is, we have 500 videos online, but because editing and uploading them requires you to be there to press the buttons, we have around 200 saved on our laptops that we haven't gotten the time to editing and uploading.
So we've talked about our journey and where we are right now, but there's also things that we want to do in the future. So one of the first things that we want to do is to spread into other categories, other topics. We're right now just a math channel, but we would like to also spread into other subjects and have other people teach subjects too. Because after all, math isn't the only subject that everyone wants to learn. There's chemistry, there's science, there's history, and there's English. And so we want to spread into those. And the second thing that we want to do is we want to create a platform in which other kids around the world can engage with other kids who want to learn. And they can teach other people. So it's not just us teaching. Because after all, we're going to be growing up and we're going to become adults. And we don't want this channel to die out. We want other kids to come and teach. We want this to keep going and hopefully live on for a very long time. And the third thing we want to do is we want to market our channel. So throughout the 6 years, we haven't marketed one bit. Other than talking about it in school, we haven't even talked about it anywhere else. And so that's one thing we want to start doing. We want to start marketing our channel and letting people around, hopefully the city, maybe state, know about our channel.
That was a slide about what you learned.
Oh shoot, oh okay. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So there's we have learned a lot throughout the 6 years that we've been doing videos. So one of the first things that we learned, and one of the biggest things that we learned is how to present. But when we started 6 years ago, you could have seen that we were talking pretty slowly, we were talking pretty unconfidently, and we were very nervous. And if you saw our most recent videos, or for that matter, even in 2014, you could see a big difference in our speech and our presentation. Now, the second thing is that we learned the value of teaching. And before, when we just learned the topic, we just learned it for the sake of learning and then forgetting it, right? Like for a quiz or something like that. But now we learn it to teach it because of Megamind Academy. And the third thing is we go deeper into the topics. So before, we used to just do addition, subtraction. We used to just talk about the how. Now we also talk about the whys. Why we're doing these steps. Why this formula. And also why we're breaking down the formula. And why it's not negative instead of positive.
Okay, so he mentioned to you, or he talked to you about what he learned from Megamind Academy. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about how Megamind Academy has changed my life. So the first thing is that it's made me love math more. So that picture's a bit of exaggeration. I'm not going to ask math, can I marry you? But it does, before this, I was just a good math student. Now, like, I feel like I'm great. I think I'm great at math, and I actually like it. I don't know, nobody's ever gonna say this, but I like doing the homework for math class. And even sometimes I enjoy the tests, if the questions are easy. And the second thing it's done to me is it's made me a better teacher. So, as my brother mentioned before, in the very first video, the first video with me in it was the very first video that I ever made. You see that I'm not very confident, I'm super nervous, I'm stumbling over my words too. And then you look at the 2017 one, where it's sort of become like I'm used to this, and I can teach. And in math class, when the teacher asks for somebody to come up to the class, whoever gets the highest on the test, and teach the topic everybody got wrong, then I'm a confident speaker then too. I'm not embarrassed to be in front of all a bunch of 11th and 12th graders there. And the last thing is it's made me a confident speaker, and you guys can see that because I'm right here. Yeah, I don't need to explain that one.
Okay, so now let's talk about the future. So, as I said before, we want to spread into other subjects. So, right now we're just a math channel, and we want to spread into science, history, and English. And we don't want to just talk about the hows like we used to do. We also want to talk about the whys. We want to get deeper. And so that goes into our next one. We want to go deeper, so we want to market our channel. So right now we haven't done any marketing. we just told it to our friends, and that's about it. And we promised that, or they promised us they're not going to tell anyone else. But yeah. Okay, so, but now we want to market our channel to a bigger audience, more people, and because we can teach more, and we want to have a bigger target audience. And the third thing that we want to do is that we want to create a platform in which other kids can teach math, or for that matter, any subject.
So now, do you guys have any questions? And if you don't have any questions, I have a question for you guys too.